Day 8 at Techno Games, and now it's time for you to load up on all of today's action.
The biggest and the best in cybersports are revving up and getting ready for action. Getting ready for the biggest robot tournament in the world. From the Technodrome at Shepperton Studios, we bring you Techno Games 2002.
Hello, and get ready for some great action at the Technodrome. Today we saw some more speed in the sprint, power in the tug of war, and dangerous explosions in the rocket cars. Here's the full rundown of what's coming up tonight. We have the first of our lightweight sprint semi-finals. A fight for the final in the tug of war semis. Nail-biting race action in the solar challenge. Quarter-finals time in the assault course. We've got our speed cameras out for the rocket cars and a thrilling climax to the football. And giving us their analysis as normal, our resident techsperts and Robot Wars veterans, Professor Martin Smith of the Technology Innovation Centre at the University of Central England and Professor Noel Sharkey, Director of the Creative Robotics Unit at Magna. First up today, the light sprint is approaching its climax. Final days tomorrow. Today, we're bringing you live coverage from the semis. But first, here's how the contenders got to where they are.
Jimmy Strutz came home to win the heat at a time of 51.81. Eruptor finished second in its heat. And Mammoth is going to win this. Bugbox much the quickest, quicker than Daisy. Crocotron finishes 2 minutes 10.16. Scuttle coming home and beating it by a clear second.
Now let's go over to Barry to fill us in on what happened in today's first semi.
4 contenders. In lane 1, Jimmy Strutz from High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire won its heat in 51.81.
Hello, I am Jimmy Strutz and this is my team.
I'm Ian, the team captain. This is my son William and this is my wife Stephanie. Jimmy has some radio receiver gear, control card, 2 batteries and 2 150-watt motors. The legs are driven by cams and crankshafts, and this complex lever system gives a very flat motion.
And we're out to win.
This is the fastest heat winner in the semi-final. Mammoth won in 26.88. It's a team from Rayleigh in Essex.
Hi, I'm Stuart Bowen. I'm captain of Team Mammoth.
Hi, my name's Ian Burrell. I'm the technical guy behind Mammoth. Mammoth has 4 legs. He's got 2 battery dual motors running at 12 volts DC. A really reliable walking mechanism. It's been excellent in training.
Eruptor finished second in its heat in 67 seconds plus. It's the entry of Blessed Edward Alcorn High School in Worcester.
My name is Marcus Clater, this is Chris Reese and this is Mr Jarvis, and this is our robot Eruptor.
This one is articulated as well as having the walking legs. It can steer around corners by hinging. It's our first time here at Techno Games and we hope we're going to do well.
It's the third heat winner in lane 4, that's Bugbox, won in 47.72. This is a family entry from London.
This is Bugbox. Check this out. If you took the first 4 legs, the walking mechanism is not dissimilar to Scuttle's, but we've got an extra leg, giving it the total of 10. That gives it extra stability. Now, when you watch it, watch for the wonderful wave-like walking motion.
First semi-final of the lightweight sprint. 2 to qualify for the final. Mammoth is the quickest away. In lane 2. It's a slightly curious side-to-side motion, but it's working so far. Jimmy Strutz trying to make up ground in lane 1. A good battle between Jimmy Strutz and Bugbox on the far side for second place. Mammoth comes in, the winner. Winning time, 23.72. Jimmy Strutz second in 30.69. Bugbox will be third. Eruptor out of it down the track. So Mammoth and Jimmy Strutz, the qualifiers.
Mammoth win! We're jubilant up here because we do like the Mammoth team, but who's going to be joining Mammoth and Jimmy Strutz in the final? Well, to find out, Andy Collins is down on the starting blocks with the second group of semi-finalists. So, Andy, is there going to be a new world record, or is it all going to fall apart as Scuttle has been prone to do?
Well, Scuttle, Philippa, like you said, is red-hot favourite, to be honest with you, but they are looking a bit too overconfident. Then you've got Strut and Crocotron. They're the ones I think will be battling out for second. And then you've got Daisy. To be honest with you, hasn't got a chance of going through. But
Daisy, I love Daisy. Oh, no. Daisy's fantastic.
But any team that has a cow's head as a mascot, they've got my vote. I like them, but they haven't got a chance.
Thank you very much, Andy. Now, over to Barry Davis to talk us through the race.
Daisy, entered by Bolton School, is on the far side. Time for its heat, 1 minute 29.31 seconds.
Hi, we're from Bolton School. I'm Chris, this is David and Greg, and this is Daisy, and she's a mad cow.
Crocotron is entered by the Newland House School in Twickenham. It took 2 minutes 10.16 in the heat. Strut, a family entry from Doncaster, took 1 minute and 37 seconds to qualify. Nearest to us, Scuttle, who won its heat in 4.4 seconds, the entry of the Franklin family.
Hi, I'm Mike. This is Jack. This is Scuttle. We've come from Kettering to enter Scuttle in Techno Games. We've made a few alterations this year. It's a little bit faster. We've made it wider, so we don't need the stick stuck to the front to stop it tipping over. Let's just hope it all works.
Well, it has so far. All set. And away goes Scuttle. It'll be finished before the others have reached the halfway point. Side to side over the line, 4.9 seconds. Slow by its standards. Crocotron somewhat one pace. Daisy giving it her all. Between those two for second place. Strut has hardly moved. And Daisy comes to the finishing line to take second place. And a place in the final, to the delight of Bolton School. Crocotron finishes third. And that confirms the result. Scuttle's time, of course, only marginally outside its world record. And the four qualifiers for the final: Scuttle, Mammoth, Jimmy Struts, and Daisy.
So at last we have our four finalists. What do you make of them? Are they the ones that you would have anticipated being in the final?
I think one of the clever strategies that have been used by some of the guys has been to run it on a relatively low voltage on the first heat, then wind up the voltage for the second heat, and each time wind up the power a little bit and save themselves for the early heats.
Particularly with who, do you think? Scuttle?
No. Scuttle was actually slightly slower. They were slightly slower because they hit the railing twice.
Mammoth?
Mammoth can increase their power and speed by increasing their battery voltage.
Have they got it in them to increase it again for the final?
Yes, they have.
Yes, they can take it up to 24 volts for the final.
But what about my speeding Frisian? What about Daisy? Can Daisy do it?
Sorry, no.
If we had a good cow herd with a big stick and a cattle prod, maybe.
I'll get down there.
A few thousand volts instead of 18.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a good final.
Yes.
It's going to be a great final.
Very exciting, Red. Thank you very much. Now, remember, coming up later, we've got the final of the robot football. But first, it's robots on the pull. Yep, it's the tug-of-war semis. In a moment, we'll be joining the second vital contest of the day live. But first, a reminder of how today's tugbots got to be here.
A big throw immediately with the pull, and into the pit goes Mighty Mouse, backing away, taking Chimp with it, still in favour of British Bulldog. Slowly but surely, Sprocket pulling, hellbound. Storm Chaser doing the job. Down goes Ridgeback.
Now, let's go over to the Master of Commentary, Mr. Barry Davis, to have a look at today's first semi-final.
British Bulldog won its heat against Chip. On the 60-second time rule, nobody went into the pit. They now take on Storm Chaser, who achieved its victory over Ridgeback in 7.9 seconds.
Storm Chaser, these boys mean business. Not content with running 24-volt motors on 36 volts, they've even gone to the trouble of adding ballast to bring the machine up to 100 kilos on the dot. Now, other teams are doing the same thing. The critical factor in this one is going to be overheating, particularly motors. The hotter they get, the more inefficient they become. So with these points in mind, let's see how they bear up under the strain of competition.
All set to take the strain. Storm Storm Chaser on the right, pulls away, and it's going to be over very quickly. Oh, that's not the British Bulldog that I used to know. A powerful pull by Storm Chaser, victory in 3.34 seconds.
That was earlier, so now let's find out who's going to be facing up to Storm Chaser in tomorrow's final. Andy, there really are only two people that matter in this competition, so can you ask Joe and Ellen how they're feeling for me?
Well, I've got to say, before I even ask the question, I've got some bad news for Philippa. We've been burgled.
What do you mean?
We've been burgled. Somehow, some people have entered the arena, have gone into the lawn shop and stolen some sand. And I have two of the main suspects here with me. Why have you stolen sand from us, sir?
Ballast.
Ballast. You were underweight, weren't you?
Way under. We were down at 60 kilos and the weight limit's 100.
So have you made up the weight?
No. We put as much as we can jam in. We've got a sandcastle built inside.
Really?
Yeah.
In the heat, though, you destroyed Mouse.
And the side of the arena.
And the side of the arena. You'll be getting a bill for that as well, mate. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about that. You, fiends!
Well,
stealing sand as well.
Not as much as them. We stole a little bit of sand.
No, are you underweight or have you made it all up as well?
We're there, we're 100 now.
You're spot on 100. OK, well, listen, after this event, the police are on their way, so please don't leave the country.
But Andy, before you hand back, just can you ask for an expert's opinion? There's only one expert there with you, and she's wearing pink trousers. Ask her what's going to happen.
Hello, Ellie. In your expert opinion, Philippa would like to know, do you think you're going to win?
Yes.
Are you going to return the sand to us afterwards?
Yeah.
You are?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, that's what our expert thinks, Philippa.
Since when did Joe become a hairdresser? Thank you very much, Andy. Right now we go over to our commentator for this event, Barry Davis.
In the heats, you may recall, Sprocket was involved in the longest contest, taking 15.22 seconds to pull over the very heavy Hellbound. In contrast, Big Bro dismissed the challenge of Mighty Mouse in 2.22 seconds.
Power up.
The odds against Big Bro this time. For all the extra ballast, there's no way they can stop this happening. Try as they could. A pretty conclusive victory for Sprocket. Another straight pull. Victory in just 6.19 seconds. And what a final in prospect. Storm Chaser against Sprocket.
So, two semi-finals. Both of which were very exciting. It's very quick. It all seems to be over in a jiffy, doesn't it, really?
It is more like robot bungee jumping, as we've said.
Yeah, and also, they don't seem to be that evenly matched so far, really.
It's certainly because the ones that won both these events were four-wheel drive, and that's a big advantage for a traction-pulling event like this.
What do you think will be the most challenging thing about this final?
Well, the one thing that could happen is Storm Chaser, if they're really evenly matched, Storm Chaser could burn out its motor. They've got identical motor for 750s, but the difference is that Sprocket have air-cooled their motors, which is very clever. So they've wrapped their motors up in a cylinder and put a pipe with a fan in it, so that will keep them cool.
So if it turns into a bit of an endurance test,
yes,
Sprocket are more likely to come through it.
I might expect to see a little bit of smoke coming out of one of the finalists when they're very evenly matched.
Oh, let's hope so. Let's hope we have a smoking final. That'd be great. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll have that smoking tug-of-war grudge match final for you live tomorrow. Now, if your idea of renewable energy is fiddling your meter, the next event should be an eye-opener. The Solar Powered Challenge. Last year, Push It from Ecclesfield School had the power. Let's take a look.
As Push It moves very serenely down the track. And still no movement, sadly, from Goliath. As Push It comes to the finish.
Andy Collins had a look at the challenge facing this year's contestants.
Welcome to our avenue of sunshine. Now, here on Techno Games, we like to do our bit for global warming, which means our next machines run on light alone. Light, by the way, that uses enough electricity to power the whole of North Wales. Make that the whole of Wales. That's better. Now, this is a time challenge, which means the three fastest robots will win the medals. So, Barry, if you got 50p for the meter, let's begin.
Just checking, yes, we're okay. So all set for Bolt, entered by the Ewart family from Churchdown in Gloucestershire. And one of the entries from Yarm School, they're in the swimming and the sprint as well. They're in Stockton-on-Tees, and this is Apollo, guys.
My name's Roger. My two assistants are Gareth and Alex. We're from Yarm School.
Our robot is Apollo Guys.
It's powered by 10 watts solar panel, drive the gearbox and the wheels and propelling the robot forwards.
Team, activate your machine.
So, who has the power? Well, they're both away from the start, but Apollo Guys picking up pace and going away from the bolt. Apollo Guys coming to the finishing line in an astonishing time, 9.75 seconds, absolutely annihilating the world record. Bolt still continues to go, but let me tell you, the previous world record from last year was 2 minutes, 8.50. Bolt struggling to meet the 1 minute clock. The lights will go out and it fails to finish. Heat 2 is between Goliath Mark II, nearer camera, Heliosonic from Sussex.
Hi, we're the team from Avon Derby School in Shropshire. This is my granddad, this is my cousin Rachel, and I'm Michelle.
And we took silver last year. We're hoping to do better this year, but there's a lot of good competition.
This car has an ingenious electronic switch mechanism which changes the motors from series to parallel wired, which may give them that little competitive edge.
Chris and Carol Bean look down on Heliosonic, but it's the school entry that starts the quicker Goliath Mark II, but Heliosonic now getting into its stride and takes over in front. But doesn't get away. Back comes Goliath Mark II. This is an excellent race. The lead changing hands nearly again, but I think Heliosonic's going to make it and does. 18.47. Goliath Mark II, 20.06. Queen Elizabeth High School from Gainsborough, Lincolnshire, into Lightspeed. And on the far is Icarus from the King Edward VI Grammar School in Chelmsford. Fingers crossed. On come the lights and away goes Lightspeed. At a pretty good speed, Icarus though struggling at the back. Lightspeed is going to win this very comfortably in a time of 10.07. Icarus in danger of being counted out. Doesn't finish. Final heat. Here a camera. Mercury from Doncaster. And on the far side, Photon Flyer from Virginia Water in Surrey. Last chance for anyone to beat the world record time of 9.75 set by Apollo Guys. Photon Flyer, the quicker away, but it's not going to be quick enough to take the title. And indeed, Mercury is gaining all the time. Might be a close finish here. Mercury inching its way forward and going clear with the finishing line approaching. And a winning time here of 33 seconds. Arguably the best race. So the leaderboard confirms the medal contest. Apollo Guys, Lightspeed, Heliosonic.
Well, last year this event wasn't very impressive, and that's me being quite nice about it.
Well, only one moved.
Yeah, exactly. This year, a complete turnaround. Everything's changed, and we have a time to beat of 9.75 seconds now, which has been set by Apollo Guys. Why do you think the standards changed so much, Martin?
At development time, really. I think a lot of people will have watched last year's Techno Games and said, oh, I can do better than that, and spent a little bit of time. Instead of last year, people sort of, I think, started shortly before the programme, but this year people have had a whole year to think about it.
Thanks, guys. And we'll see who gets what in the medals in the final visit to the Solar Challenge tomorrow. Next up, an event which would have the Daleks quaking 10 times tougher than the stairs. It's the Techno Games Assault Course. This is how the competition has been shaping up so far.
Trying to address the football before scoring the goal, which it does now. The Mulsanne Monster in search of the football as Buggy goes through the tires to finish. Chance to score the goal, which it does. Through the tires goes Technomorph to win in a new world record, 30.5. Cobra all of a spin at the start. And difficulty here. No control at all with the football. Could be here a long time. So Mighty Mouse has lost an ear. Finally attacks the tires. Finally makes it.
Over to Barry for a look at today's quarter-final races, including the pace setter in the heats, Techno
Pace setting at the tune of 30.5 seconds, a world record. It's the Pritchard team from Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire.
We're here with Techno. We got through the first rounds like a Sunday drive. We're now up against Hellbound in the quarterfinals, and we're going to be hell-bent on beating them.
Hellbound took 1 minute 50.50. They're from Yeovilton in Devon, the Wilkinson family.
We are Team Hellbound. We're in the quarterfinals of the assault course. We hope to improve our football skills, which should take us on to the semis.
Hellbound on the left. Slightly the bigger Techno. One false move, but then has found the way through the first obstacle. Straightens up, looks as though it's going to go for the ramp. It is indeed. Up and over, very smoothly done. Hellbound having problems going slowly as Techno scores the goal, takes on the tyres. Hellbound with lots to do, and Techno through the finishing line, 28.10, new world record. Hellbound yet to score the goal, should do so now, and will take on the tyres, but hits a bit of the wall. The tyres don't want to move, needs a longer run than that. Finally pushed out of the way. Slow finish, comfortable victory for Techno, 117.5 for Hellbound. Second quarter-final, and this is Transpower, entered by the Franklin family of Kettering.
Well, Transpower's through to the quarter-finals. We're up against Bugs Buggy next, which is a lot faster. But let's hope this tortoise is going to beat the hare again.
Bugs Buggy, entered by the Ledbetter family from Didcot in Oxfordshire. They won their heat in 38.59.
Hi, we're Team Bugs Buggy. We're through to the quarter-finals. With a little improvement through our driving through the chicane, we hope to beat 101 and get into the semi-finals.
Bugs Buggy on the right. Transpower immediately hitting one of the obstacles coming through the chicane. Both having a little bit of a struggle. Bugs Buggy gets it right in the end with a flap of the ear. Is he going to go for the ramp? No. Going through the bricks and over the ramp goes Transpower and then turns when it didn't need to. Back again. And it's not. Well, that's got to be a disqualification. It's not the footballer. Bugs Buggy immediately taking revenge. They both hit each other's football, and now they seem to be just having a go at each other. This is not a football match, chaps. This is supposed to be the assault course. You take my ball, I'll knock the goal away. And Bugs Buggy's done well here. Oh, they missed. And so did Transpower. How long can this go on? Transpower doing a little spin, picks up a football. Nobody scored a goal yet. There's a lot of hard work going on out there. Bugs Buggy looking pretty cheesed off with the whole operation. Ball is now under the ramp. They're never going to get it out of there. Don't ask me whose ball it is, but I've no idea. Bugs Buggy again. They're both scoring out of the ramp. No, hang on. Bugs Buggy's got his ball out. No, it's not the end of Transpower. He's prepared to knock everything out of the way. This is the contest of the entire championship. It's hilarious. How many times? Bugs Buggy, oh, what a good turn. It's a goal at the other end. Father encouraging son. Does anybody know what's going on? Bugs Buggy hits the wall, and Transpower has gone through the tyres and has finished. Bugs Buggy still trying to find the way through rubber, and there's a lot of it in its way. One more attempt. Oh, what hard work it is. Finally crosses the line, and the time is 2 minutes 14.34 seconds, and that's the winning time for Bugs Buggy, because Transpower has been disqualified for taking Bugs Buggy's ball away. And in the semi-final, it's Wolf against Big Bro, Techno against Bugs Buggy.
Well, I think we were all expecting great things from Technomorph there, and that's what they did. It was fantastic, wasn't it? And again, they went over the ramp. But how could they do that? How are they managing that every time when they've got such low ground clearance?
They've got this adaptable scoop at the front, which is a clever idea. It's optimised so that it can be low for the football event, so close to the ground. But for the going over the seesaw, where you need to be high ground clearance, it just rolls over. So it's on a sort of lever, on a spring.
Great sound effects. I love it when they finish, they're tooting their horn. Now, do you think there was any planning or strategy involved in the next heat, with the next quarterfinals?
Yes, I think there was. I think there was. It was denied, but I think
it was great.
There was clear planning involved there.
Do you know the story behind the bunny? The bunny is 14 years old and was destined to a life in the attic.
Yes.
The driver, Jordan, is only 13 years old, so he's actually younger than the bunny. We are at quarter-final stage. Have you seen a definite winner yet, do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised if Big Bro makes it through.
Okay.
With the fresh batteries, I would think so.
I'm sure he'll be able to. He's sufficiently popular, there will be people volunteering to lend him batteries,
yes.
I think.
He's a nice man. Thank you very much. And we'll see which robot makes it to the finishing line in Friday's Assault Course final. If you've caught the robotics bug by now, check out the inner workings of 5 featured competitors at the Robot World website. But right now, more of a blur than an event, at least until we slow-mo it. It's the rocket cars semis and final. But first, let's take a look at how the contenders made it here.
Don't blink, he said. And he's right. 31-13, the winner. And Lightstorm 2 from lane 2, a new world record. It's the Torpedo who lives up to its name.
Barry saw all the action as it happened.
In lane 1 is Lightstorm from Hornchurch in Essex, won the heat in 1.03 seconds.
Team Hart have gone through a process of evolution, developing 4 cars. Silver medalists last year, but now they're back with this, Lightstorm 2. They've gone for miniaturisation. They're using a micro A-rated motor that weighs in only 14 grams. But the car only weighs 7 grams. Talk about power to weight ratio. If the ignition works, this thing's going to go like stink. Blink and you'll miss it.
Alongside it is Turbo Flame from South Aberdeen, heat time 4.27. In lane 3 is Rapid Rickshaw, heat time 2.43. They come from Charlton in London. And in the outside lane is Bishop Heber Community School Cheshire's entry, Catalyst, at a heat time of 1.98.
This is Catalyst 1, a balsa wood construction, but too heavy. Catalyst 2, again, a balsa wood construction, but too light. This one at self-destruct halfway down the track. Catalyst 3, optimum construction, balsa wood with sheet steel from tin cans. If they can keep a straight line down the track, they're going to be a strong contender.
Stand by to compete.
Lightstorm 2, Turbo Flame, Rapid Rickshaw, Catalyst. And it's Lightstorm 2 from lane 1 and Rapid Rickshaw from lane 3, the 2 qualifiers. The time 1.48 from Lightstorm. As Simon said, if you blinked, you missed it. Look at the gap with Rapid Rickshaw finishing 2nd and then Turbo Flame 3rd. On to the 2nd semi-final. In lane 1, 13-13, heat time of 1.82.
Hi, I'm Graham. This is my son James. This is our car, 3113. Looks pretty fast. It's black and sleek. And if we get to the end of the run, what are we going to do?
We're going to freshen!
In lane 2 is Mach 0.26. Their heat time 1.31.
Hi, my name's Jez Barnett. This is my rocket car. It's Mach decimal 0.26, which is approximately 200 miles an hour.
Doggy Fast Track is in lane 3, heat time of 1.61.
We're Team Doggy Fast Tracks. We're here competing at Techno Games. My name's Pete Waddington. I'm here with my wife Angela, my nephew Elliot. We hope we're going to do quite well.
And in lane 4, the outsider in every sense, Torpedo, whose heat time was 3.19.
We're Team Torpedo. Joe, Paul, Simon. We've come from Blagdon Primary School in North Somerset. and we've made Torpedo in an after-school technology club, and we're here to beat as many people as we can.
31:13.26, Doggy Fast Tracks, Torpedo. And from lane 3, it's Doggy Fast Tracks. And then Mach 0.26, the two qualifiers for the final. More even spread this time. Torpedo coming in last of the 4. Winning time is 1.98. So to the final with Doggy Fast Tracks drawn in lane 1. Best time of 1.61 seconds. In lane 2, the fastest in the field, 1.03, the best time of Lightstorm 2. In lane 3, Mach 0.26, a runner-up in the semi-final, best time of 1.31 seconds. And in the outside lane, Rapid Rickshaw, his best time is 2.43, second semi-final runner-up.
Power up.
And it's Lightstorm, but only just from Mach 0.26. The best race was in the final. The winning time 1.924. It was very, very close. Victory to the favourites, Lightstorm 2, by 0.03 of a second from Mach 0.26, with Doggy Fast Tracks taking the bronze.
So Laurie, Peter and Robert, congratulations and welcome. You are new world record holders. How does that feel?
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Good, I'm glad you're pleased. Because you took only 4 hours to build your award-winning robot, but 3 months to design it. How come it took so long, Laurie?
Well, we went through a series of stages with the rocket design, from last year's silver medal car through to lightweight designs, more and more lightweight all the time. And also, I found that by using lighter engines, they'd run the distance required, but because they're lighter engines, they're less propellant in them, the car runs faster. So we ended up to that little thing that Noel's holding.
How are you going to celebrate?
That's a good question. How are we going to celebrate?
It's the most important of all of the questions I've asked you. Have you worked it out yet?
Well, what are you doing tonight?
You'll have a rocket in your pocket.
Thanks, Noel.
Someone had to say it.
Thank you very much. But right now, anticipation is building around the Technodrome because it's getting close to kick-off in the football final. We'll go live to it in a moment, but first, let's take a look at how the finalists got here. Plus, the playoff for the bronze medal from earlier today.
Snowstorm's so determined, he's almost knocking the goal over. It's gone in off Toaster. Picked up by Cat's Whisker. Is it going to go? Yes, it is. Now it's the two against each other again, and it's gone in off Big Bro. Finished finally by Storm Chaser, and Sprocket scores. AAT from High Wycombe and its partner, the Savage Toaster from Milton Keynes, all set for this bronze medal playoff against Big Bro from Brighton and its partner, British Bulldog from Cannock in Staffordshire. Referee's whistle gets us underway. Slight change of mind by the Savage Toaster might prove to be costly. This is Big Bro, and the Savage Toaster comes back to rescue the error that has been made. Big Bro battling against the Savage Toaster. British Bulldog taking a defensive position. Savage Toaster seeing a lot of the ball. This could be a problem. It's rolling, it's rolling, it's rolling, and it's across the line. And the early advantage to Big Bro and British Bulldog. Slightly fortuitous goal. AAT and the Savage Toaster having a problem again. Toast popping up. And the goal on that occasion defended well. In comes British Bulldog. What a good challenge that was. Everybody's leaving the ball. AAT has found it. Then leaves it. Then has a go at it. Control not all that it might be, but that's the Savage Toaster. AAT lets the ball run ahead of it, trying to turn on it, and they're all making a bit of a mess of it. Oh, crossed the line with British Bulldog, managing to cover the goal line eventually. AAT gets it in this time though, past British Bulldog. 1-1. beaten at the near post, British Bulldog. A little bit of a delay because of an injury to Big Bro, and I think it might be out of the contest. So it's 2 playing 1. British Bulldog against the Savage Toaster and AAT. It asks a lot, and AAT can't supply the finishing touch, but eventually the two of them, the Savage Toaster and AAT, get the ball over the line for the 2-1 lead. And it's going to be 3. Savage Toaster the scorer. The numerical advantage, counting a lot. What an excellent challenge that was, though. Absolute cruncher. I'm not sure it was legal, but it was effective. And British Bulldog may get a consolation goal here. 3-2, and the final whistle goes. And obviously, the withdrawal of Big Bro, absolutely crucial. But the victory goes to AAT and the Savage Toaster over Big Bro and British Bulldog by 3-2.
So bronze goes to the AAT Savage Toaster duo. But after the appetizer, the main course, the final. Andy Collins is down on the touchline. Andy, these two teams have scored a total of 23 goals in their last 2 games, so we must be looking at a high-scoring final.
I think you're right, Philippa. I think this is going to be goals galore in this final. Now, to my left, I got this team over here who works so well as a team, and that is the secret of the football event. Is that something you've really worked on?
Yeah, our 2 robots, Storm Chaser and Sprocket, they're really well matched. They're both forward drive robots, they're both good at scoring goals, and we work as a team. We pass the ball to each other when one's attacking, the other's defending.
What are you going to do in the final? You're going to try and shut him out of the game?
If they start getting rough, we'll start getting rough.
Oh, so we can have a bit of argy-bargy in the final. Lovely. Let's go over to this team. Please tell me that you've worked on your defending skills.
We haven't got the speed of these guys. We're trying our best. We're still going, so we're quite pleased.
Right, and you are, of course, the leading centre forward. You're getting in there, you're getting stuck in. Yep. Are you feeling confident about taking on this team?
Yeah, no problem. We've got the lucky tails as well.
They've got lucky tails, we've got the team dance. I warn you now, these teams like to mix it as well, you know, they're not scared to get stuck in.
Well, you know, bring it on.
Bring it on. Well, he said it, so it's time to bring it on the final. Let's find out which one will be winning the gold medal. We should know in about 3 minutes' time.
Thank you very much, Andy. Well, let's hope they sort themselves out, because we're going straight over to your match commentator. Who else but Mr. Barry Davis?
I think Sprocket and Storm Chaser have together formed the best team on the run to the final. Good tactical awareness, good team play. Cat's Whiskers and Snowstorm go in as the outsiders. Sometimes the outsiders win cup finals. And sometimes too, when there are lots of goals scored on the way, the final becomes very defensive. But surely with Storm Chaser around, that won't be the case. And Storm Chaser scores the opening goal in a matter of seconds, showing the determination which has been a feature of his team's play all the way through. Sprocket and Storm Chaser together again. Storm Chaser's going to make it 2. And Snowstorm in need of attention, and having to be carried off, leaving the Cat's Whiskers all on its own against the storming Storm Chaser and Sprocket, and Storm Chaser promptly makes it 3-0. Very tough, very simple goal. And this is Sprocket. Cat's Whisker showing determination. And Sprocket turning on the Cat's Whisker. And the referee doesn't like that. No attempt to play the ball, and the yellow card is shown to Sprocket. Free kick taken by the Cat's Whiskers. Tries to drive all the way through, and getting a lot of support from the neutrals. But away eventually comes Sprocket. Has to go back to collect. But the final rather spoiled by the fact that it's not an even contest of 2 against 2. And an own goal by Cat's Whiskers. Well, that's very hard. Nothing he could do to save it. And here's Storm Chaser again. And it's 5-0. Cat's Whiskers trying to find the happy mixture between covering its goal and showing some powers of attacking. Is anybody going to knock this one in? I don't think anybody is. The Cat's Whiskers getting it sorted out. Oh, and Sprocket misses it. Storm Chaser misses it. Extraordinary. And it might now be at the other end. Sprocket hitting his own man. An untidy final comes to an end with a 5-0 victory for Storm Chaser and Sprocket. Obviously the injury spoiled the final, but it's been a fascinating tournament, and I think maybe Storm Chaser and Sprocket were anyway the best team around.
What a fantastic bottling event. Remember, if you think you can do any better, get building those robots. And you never know, next games, you could be up here on the podium picking up a medal. Let's give out the medals now. First of all, picking up the bronze, using a combination of pace and strength. It is, of course, the AAT and the Toaster team. There you are. Bronze for you. Well done, guys. Well done. Next up, silver medal time. Using combination of a superb striker and a okay defence, right? It is Cat Whiskers and it is Snowstorm. Come on, guys. There's your silvers. Well done. Well done. Next time. Next time. And picking up the gold medal, using a combination of agility, strength, and most importantly of all, working as a team. It gives me the greatest pleasure to pick up these gold medals and give it to Sprocket and Storm Chaser! Well done.
So that was the final. My question to you is, did the best technology win?
No, it's sad, isn't it, that the two top robots failed.
Very, very, very disappointing. And Storm Chaser chased Snowstorm out of the race.
Why do you think they were out? What was it?
They seem to have broken a gear or something. It was something very serious. What I don't understand is why the ref didn't step in at that point. When you kill an opponent, it's usually considered to be a foul, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a yellow card shown, but that was about it.
That was towards the end. A bit
late. Cat's Whiskers, I thought they did quite well actually on their own.
They did absolutely brilliantly on their own, I think.
But we have our two winners, and they've been stars all the way through. What do you put it down to?
As I've said all the way through, the flappy thing is very important, and I was right, because Storm Chasers scored more goals than anyone, and it's not down to power or
down
steering.
to the
it's down to the flappy thing.
You see, we don't have these techsperts in here for nothing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And remember, every day you can help choose the People's Robot of the Day by voting online at the Robot World website. Here are the robots you can pick from today's competition. Spike. It wasn't a finisher in last Thursday's lightweight sprint, but it still went down a storm with the Techno Games technicians. Bumblebot, a real challenge to scuttle in the lightweight sprint before it pulled up just short of the line. Was it radio failure or sabotage? Coming up tomorrow, the long jump final, the tug of war final, the solar challenge final and the lightweight sprint final. Plus all the action from the decisive heats in the swimming and the heavy sprint. Now tell me that doesn't sound like fun. But that's it from a day when the rocket car champions proved that when it comes to robot evolution, persistence pays off. After 2 silver medals in 2 successive years, Lightstorm, having already set a new world record of 1.03 seconds, finally took that elusive gold. See you tomorrow, and I'd just like to assure viewers that no robots were harmed during the filming of this programme. Good night from the Techno Games.
If you'd like details of how to take part in Techno Games 2003, call 08700 100 678 for an application pack. Or if you have a text phone, dial 08000 15 33 50.